What are you doing?
I don't know.
What are you doing now? Why don't you
Throwing that on the floor is what I'm doing.
go out there and throw it in another trash can?
What are you doing?
I got this.
You always got something. Hand me that and I'll throw it away. You got a Bauer drill from Harbor Freight, huh?
Harbor Freightage.
Freightage of the harbor.
Yeah. I figured it might help. Might come in handy. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I already had the battery. It was $44 on clearance.
You know.
$44. I could. I mean, you know.
They made clearance out to be cheap, didn't they? I mean, what an insult.
Yeah. It's like, you know, whenever you say, you know, well, he Jimmy rigged it. Well, that ain't really quite fair to Jimmy, is it?
No, that's not the saying.
What's the saying?
It's jerry rigging.
Jerry. Well, you got Jerry too.
Yeah.
Just depends on
no offense to the Jerrys.
what state you're in. Yeah, well, no, I'm saying that would be offensive to Jerry. He'd be like, well, yeah, you know what Jerry would say, right? He would say, well, yeah, I rigged it right. That's why they're saying
all
that.
Subjective.
It is very subjective.
I checked the oil in the mower and it was a little bit low.
You got it out? You get ready to mow?
Yeah, because I mean.
All right.
We're gonna. I mean, you let it.
I mean, come on.
You let it get 3 feet tall.
3 feet?
Yeah.
I went and bought some.
I had to go get a bush hog to cut.
A bush hog to cut your yard.
To cut the corner lot, gotta call a bush hog.
Go get a bush hog. Well, that ain't right, man. I'd have Nashville be calling me before that happened. They'd be like, hey, buddy, look here.
No, you just have one of the neighbors call whomever you have to call for that.
There's some people, I think they wait for their neighbor to cut it, and then they're like, okay, he's going to cut it, so I'll just let it go.
Yeah, you just let it get 3 foot tall. That's
yeah.
all. No big deal.
3.5. I tell you what, sometimes these outboards will just straight up kick your rear end. But I got it. It's running good. Some of these are 2 degrees after top dead center, or yeah, and at top dead center, after top dead center, whatever you want to call it. Some of them are at 0, and then some of them are at 4 to 6 degrees. It just depends on what it is. All right, you guys. Kimimoto sent me these. This is really cool because the Champion does not have any drink trays. This thing's kind of cool. I really like it. They sent me some other stuff I didn't like, but I like this. Like, you can put lures and, you know, I don't know what, if there was like a thing you can buy extra, you can buy and put there. You know, you can put your tools right there, a couple of drinks. I'm going to put this in the middle seat. Now, they make this so that this is supposed to go like in between your seat, and it kind of holds it. But I may not use that like that because I have a cooler under that seat, and the lid lifts like this. So I don't know if this will work or not. But it doesn't matter because it's going to, where I'm going to have mine, it's going to be kind of down where it's not going to go flying out of the boat. And then like right here, you can also like, you can put some things, just wrap over there. All right, I got this pump out of here. There's our electrical connection. All it is power and grounds. You get a gray line from the tack, and this beige line is your warning. You got a check valve, so you probably want to just get rid of that, delete on that check valve. And but I'm gonna need to get a couple of brass fittings, like 3/8 to 3/8 brass fittings, which you can get at the hardware store. And like this one is an old oiler line, it's dead. So this is going to be our input. This is going to the carbs. That's going to be our output right here. And then over here is the pulse from the engine. So that's where we're going to delete that check valve. Anyway, I got to go get some brass fittings because I don't think I have any left. I think I used them. Whoa. I think I used them all the other day, if I remember right. So you can get those anywhere. Lowe's, Home Depot. Yeah, I know I don't have any, so I'm just gonna go get some. I'll go get 4 or 5 of them. That way I got them. 6 maybe. Who knows? Alright. Now this is my VRO delete. So just gonna get rid of this pump. Kind of got to get in here. I need my extension, don't I? Yep. Okay, where's my extension? This makes it bad because then you got, see, like you got this to then this, and then I think it's okay. So you don't have a lot of room right here. Alright. So if you remember, this was in the back. This was attached by the two bolts. Right here. That's how it goes. So get out a Sharpie, you know, or a paint pen. Sharpie might wipe off. You just get this white paint pen. Up. Okay. And then we got our pump. It's gonna end up being something like this or whatever. And what you gotta do is you gotta cut out that section. So like that hole and like this hole, right? Or you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be this or that hole. And then oh man, hang on. So if it's like this, it's gonna be something like that. So anyway, take this off. And then remember, you got an O-ring. So don't lose the O-ring. Then this is gonna go about like, you know, this, or it can come up one and it can be something like this. And if you're unsure, literally this thing can hold on by one screw. You know, it doesn't come close to being what it needs to be. So this one screw over here, which is that guy, and that means that what we're going to do then is this area right here. We're gonna get rid of it. Maybe about like that. So we're gonna get out our death wheel and we're just gonna cut it off. If you take a look at that, you know, you're like this, right? Oh, sorry. So, you know, all your piping or plumbing is gonna go straight down. It's the only thing you gotta kind of look at. So if I grab the pump, remember your O-ring is there. So now, I don't know if I can show you. I'll shoot it up as best I can. Whoa! You see that? Okay. So you got this bracket. Remember my arrow was up. That's how it was. So we're gonna put this right here. It's about where that. So this notch is out from the block. Right here is this notch. Goes like this, and then you're gonna have this is gonna be underneath here. So like I said, you can either go probably that hole, and that's all you need. And the other hole is not gonna line up. Even if you try it, I don't think it's gonna line up. Oh yeah, it does. So this hole, that's right. It's just weird until you get it kind of lined up. See that top hole there? And this bottom hole lines up. So then, so it was this hole and this hole. So we're gonna do this now. We're gonna go instead of this. And then over here, we just need, you know, this. And this is all gonna get, right here is gonna get cut out. So I'm gonna put it in my vise over here and get out the death wheel and cut it out. You know, I don't know. Figure out how I want to do it. This way, that way, or do you want to do something like this? Probably that. I don't know. I think that'll be alright. I got some gloves. You know what I mean? Gloves, eye protection, you know, whatever you need. I could cover that up over there. Got some thick plastic, that'll probably work. Usually cover it up anyway. But it is what it is. Playing with power tools. Woohoo! Alright. If we're getting away. Alright, if this old file. Let's see if we can get this off there. I didn't do great, but alright, so moved a bunch of stuff around, so let me get this all back over here. Over here. You know, you won't use, like I said, you won't use all of it. But you gotta cut that out so that you can get your hose around it. That's why we're doing it. Alright, and then see what happens is it comes in, it goes directly out, and it comes back to this side. So you got to have this O-ring right here, right? You know, the best thing I think is to just like see, like this one's a little bigger. Just get some 2,4-C and stick on there. 2,4-C grease. This petroleum jelly would be alright too. And then whenever you put this back on, it'll go right on. It won't be screwing you up. So we'll need it about like that so we get the other one. But I'm going to go ahead and tighten it down here. It's probably good. That'd be good. It won't leak. Now it's ready to go on. Alright, so then while I'm sitting here, I got to get this check valve out of here. And we're going to replace it with one of these fittings. So you don't need the check valve anymore, because that was for, like, you know, the oiler side. I guess you didn't want the oil going back through the pulse line or something, but since we're not taking any oil there, we don't really care. And then, you know, you could have a bad check valve and then that could cause issues. So, you know, I got some 3/4 or 3/8 fittings. Almost looks like a 5/16. No, that's 3/8. See, it went right on there. You may not get it all the way, it don't matter. And then that way, just you want to delete on it is all I'm saying. See, the oil's going to be in the gas, so there's no extra oil. It won't matter. Diaphragm base, so. But then we'll have to get out there and see how this wants to be. But I think it's about like that. I can always tighten the little connector once I get out there. See, like it may not go all the way down. That's fine. You know what I mean? Because either this is going to go here, and this is probably the one that's going to go up like this. You know. So you want to leave one or so loose that, like, that one's not moving, but you know what I mean? That's kind of what I'm thinking anyway. That's what I'm going to do. If I get this thing to slide up there, just let it slide up there and be loose. And then I'll go out there and see if I can't get this one on. This will be first, and then we'll kind of see what we can do with this. See if we can go ahead and get it on. See how this all plays out. See, because like, which one? Let's see. Maybe this on first. See where it ends up. I don't know if they'll come out, but you know, it'd be one way or the other. This hose to here. Usually that's there and you can just use it. So, but somebody screwed the pooch, had some other crazy nonsense going on. It's like this old gray hose garbage. So, I got stuff, you know. I just need to go from there to there. So I'll get some good A1 line and some connectors. Yeah, that's a ridiculous clamp right there. We'll just totally get rid of that. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't seem too terrible. This one just happens to like that 2 degrees after top dead center. So that's what I thought it was all along in the beginning. It's having all kinds of problems and issues after issues. Now we got it kind of set. I'm just letting it sit there and eat. So any kind of stuff that was built up, it's like, get it out of there. Fixed a bunch of stuff, got the tack fixed. Now we got, you know, we got the rectifier rectifying, charging the battery, because that was one of the big problems. It wasn't charging the battery. I think it probably needs a new starter. I think that starter's pretty tired. So I am going to mention that to him, and then we're probably going to go do a lake test and you know, set that wide open throttle, because I don't think it's set right. I think this just like needs a little bit of attention. You know, probably was never set right, to be honest with you. So, but we'll get it set. We'll get it set up right. It's definitely peeing and cooling right. I might adjust on that a little bit. I do have a new fitting to put on it, and because it's missing the little fitting right here. You notice? Now I could kind of do it like that. This water's getting a little warm, so I don't know. Turn on our hose, I guess, and give it a little cool water. So it's going to keep beating. Seems to be doing good, man. But yeah, I think probably I got a new starter. Might see if he wants to do that. Yeah. At least now that's good for him. See if that cools the water down a little bit, so I can keep it running. It's so hot out. You gotta just be a little careful. But yeah. Anyway, what a kind of a deal. So paid some stupid tax. We got it running now. Just really needs a good cleaning. I noticed a couple of places maybe need to seal up some holes for him, because he probably doesn't know. Just checking out my camera there. It runs good though. Finish up for the day. I'm going to probably put the air box back on. Give this a minute, and then we'll see where we're at. Yeah, I don't like that starter. Thanks for watching all the way through. You're part of our awesome community. Love this video? Hit subscribe for more adventures. The best way to support us is at hawkeyemarine.net. Shop outboard powerheads, lower units, and top quality boat parts. It fuels our content and keeps you on the water. Visit today. We'll see you next time.